Hi, this is Weekly Reflections, and I'm Nancy Joy, and I'm recording this over Memorial Weekend here in the United States, holiday weekend. And what I want to talk about was an experience that Mark and I had this week, and how we used imagination to shift, to create an emotional transformation for ourselves. It's probably not a new concept, but it does bear some, it's profound for us, so it's what I want to share. Let's put it that way. Okay, we had some disappointing news this week. If you've been following me, you know we've had a 4.5 year long issue with our neighbors. It's longer than that, actually, but that's the legal part. And 3 times in a row, as we get close to the hearing date, it gets shifted for various reasons. Anyway, it's been May 31st, 2016 for, over a year now. Can't be changed again because it's moved so many times. This is it. This is final. And so we're getting all geared up, ready for our hearing, feeling really good about it. We've had depositions. They felt good. We're ready to move on. We're ready to be done, ready to let what it is be and shift, right? So our attorney called us Friday and he says, "Are you sitting down? I have some bad news." And actually, we didn't even think of that. We were thinking, oh God, what has to do with coming to court? And he said, there isn't a judge on Tuesday, May 31st, which is the day after the holiday weekend, to hear your trial. I guess a lot of judges wanted one extra day for the weekend, right? Seems that way. It's like, we sat for a minute and it was silence and that pregnant pause and such feelings of disappointment, such a letdown. And then I don't remember who said what, but suddenly it began to shift. We know all the higher perspectives that Spirit provides for us, which is delays serve us, usually always proves to be true afterwards. Whatever happens, love that. Good old Matt Kahn, right? Everything unfolds in divine perfection for the perfect outcome. I believe in all of that. In fact, that those precepts of spirituality are what has seen us through. But here I am, the emotional gal, right, working with those things, emotional transformation now. And we started from the delays service aspect, started creating in our imagination all the different wonderful things that could happen because of the delay. Like we get this really great judge that we love. He's heard parts of this case before. He's very definitive. This is it. This is the way it's going to be. Believe it or not, some judges give a ruling that's not even a ruling. Well, it's a little bit this, a little bit that, a little bit this, and so you come up with nothing. So we were pretty excited. Maybe that's going to happen. Maybe the case will go away and be miraculously settled. Maybe our fortune will arrive and we'll handle things in an entirely different way, and on and on. But as we went on with this, we started making things up that were kind of funny and maybe not so spiritual about all the reasons our neighbors would be gone or we would be. And we just got to laughing, and it did lift everything. It really did. And so I went back to an old quote from my book, The Wounded Heart. We're taught by society that imagination isn't real, but actually it is. If you practice being fictional, you will soon learn that in some ways you become more authentic. And I think that's exactly what happened to us. We let our imaginations run wild. We practiced being fictional, and everything got so much more balanced and real and integrated. It was not emotional healing, it was emotional transformation. We didn't have to go process. Okay, believe me, we've done this through the years before the emotional 5D shift. What did we do to attract this? We're responsible for all our creations, responsibility. What's the mirror? What didn't we get? What aren't we understanding? I mean, that is the old, very dualistic way we processed emotions. Me too, up until around 2012 when the new 5D field actually shifted our planet. And now we're catching up to that over time. So what I wanted to talk, it's a reminder to allow our imagination to create for us when when our feelings are overwhelming, when we're disappointed, when we're angry, when we're depressed, any of those things. It's kind of like your imagination can be the pill you pop. That's so much fun because you gain inspiration from the mundane as well as events that are traumatic. It can really, if you sculpt the world the way your imagination most pleases you, you're going to be a much happier person. It's not that you concentrate on, does it come out exactly as you imagined it would, but that energy of creation is so powerful. And, let's face it, where does your imagination come from? Ezekiel told me long ago that it's your soul talking to you. And of course, we were told as kids, you're making that up. There's no monster under your bed. You're imagining it. Yeah, and isn't that wonderful? Because Einstein said, and this is so powerful, knowledge is limited to what man already knows, but imagination is expands the fabric of creation, right? If you stick with what you know, that's where you stick. There's no going beyond that. Your imagination, he imagined different realities and dimensions, and sure enough, they are real, and we've come to know that. So remember, you can't always control what's happening, and yet you can redirect your thoughts using your feelings as the fuel and your imagination as the paintbrush to create a more pleasing picture, something that inspires you, something that expands you. So it's to awaken your imagination and let it soar. Allow your experiences to become the thread of your new tapestry and feel and catch the magic. It's a great, short, wonderful boost for you. A little imagination tool to use in emotional transformation, and plus, so much fun. Get carried away. If you do it with a friend, you can really inspire each other, and you will always find yourself laughing and transformed. So we'll keep you posted. Our attorney says that this will be a short delay and not a long one, and I'll let you know how it served us and how well our imagination shifted our reality. Have a wonderful holiday weekend, whatever you're doing. Remember, I would love to do a 5D emotional transformation retreat in your area, or invite you here while we're still here to El Shaddai to enjoy it. Have a great week. Take care of who you are. We'll see you again next week. Bye now.